Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera, co-founder of MDC Trading Academy, with today's pre-market forecast for the S&P 500 E-mini for Monday, November the 11th. Let's quickly jump to our news items for today. Pretty heavy week in reference to important reports. We do have inflation information on Wednesday. We also have information here. We have Chairman Powell speaking on Wednesday. He's testifying, so that's going to take a bit of time. We have more information on him speaking the next day on Thursday at 11 o'clock. Crude inventories at noon, and the rest of this information obviously is at towards our trading hours. So keep your eyes open for these reports that are coming up shortly. Let's quickly jump to our analysis, starting with beginning with our daily chart. Market coming off the on another all-time high. This was set up on Thursday. This was Friday's action, ended up on the upside. What are we expecting? More of the same. We have a run, all-time high, market retraces, consolidation with a little bit of compression. Market is deciding where it wants to go. Now, support levels, very key support levels everywhere. We have this area here, 30.64. We have this level here at 30.35. We have quite a few areas where the market obviously can run to retrace to. Expectation is still continuation to the upside. There's no technical reason to think otherwise. As a matter of fact, market can retrace way down here to somewhere about 2110, below 3,000, and still we can consider this an expected market to continue. Why? This is the history of the market we've had since the beginning of the year. Just these grindy moves to the upside, these grindy moves to the downside. Big sell-off, recovery off the 200, grindy move, sell-off, fine bottom, grindy move to the upside. So that's the pattern. So that's what we've been dealing with the last several days. And volume has been less than stellar. Obviously, we're looking for at least 1.1 million. We haven't had that. So that's causing the market to look like a little sluggish. You add to that a mixed market. And then on top of that, you add a little sluggish because of the volume, and it makes for some interesting time. We just came back from Mexico and our live training. I want to thank you for everyone who was there. It was a really great time. And we kind of experienced this. I think we only had one really good day when we were trading live there with them. But let's continue here with our analysis. Let's jump to our long-term chart. Remember, I said to you, when we're dealing with these all-time highs, it's always good to look at a really large time frame in order to help you to look at the market more objectively. As you can see, the market's been remaining within this uptrend channel. We broke it through twice, but the market retraces, comes back to it, it hits it to the top, and is retracing off it. It hasn't made any attempt whatsoever to hit this bottom line here, but we do have a slight one, if you want to look at it that way, forming right here. So it's kind of like a channel within a channel, if that makes any sense to you. But the real support, really, the real support is much lower than it is right now. So don't get surprised if and when the market decides to move lower. It can move lower. We do have plenty of real estate down here for it to move lower. And it did it before, but then again, look at the quick recovery. See the quick recovery right to the upside. So that's what we're kind of looking at, a little mix. We're looking for some key support levels. Let me show you some of the key support levels that we're looking at right now. If we turn over to this chart, here we go, right here. As you can see, we do have a key support level coming off this trend line here. This is one of the key support levels that's going to be decided which way this market is going to be headed. You see the clear compression here, market coming off the all-time highs, really clearly compressing. And you know how compression end up. They either end up breaking strongly to either side. That's what we're expecting to happen. Now, when I say strongly to either side, strong is you have to reference the day that you're in. It's within the realms of the market that you find yourself in that we're talking about. It's relative. So when I say strong break, it's relative to the movement. So if the market is moving at 10 miles an hour on the average, it may move 15 miles an hour on the break and then return back to 10 miles an hour. So that's what I'm talking about. But that's the play for today, expecting to retest this area here of support, see what happens there, and then wait for the break either way. Now, you can see it more clearly here in our trade chart. It's the same thing. We have another support level, a resistance level at a more micro level, which shows you the strength of the downside. But it turns out that yesterday's low and that particular area that I'm talking about are kind of running parallel to each other. So market breaks through the support level here. What are we expecting? The retest of yesterday's low, of the intraday low of yesterday. And then what happens here? That's the key. So let's go back to the chart again, so you can see which way I'm going with this. If you turn here, This here was the intraday low. Okay, so this was the intraday low from yesterday, right over here. That's the intraday low. Okay, so what am I saying? What I'm simply saying is this: if the market does not hold that particular support level there, you see this particular support level that I'm talking about right here. If the market retraces, touches this level here, and bounces off, we expect the market to continue. Otherwise, it's going to break and it's going to come retest here. You see that? So as it this is the intraday low, it's going to come back here and take this entire run from Friday. It's going to take it back, and then we're back at net zero. What are we going to do then? Then the tests begin. Are we going to remain here and continue up, or are we going to break lower? That's the play for today. Be patient, stay focused, and be very disciplined. Have a great trading session. Ciao.